What's up, everybody out there in YouTube land? This is Rod Steele with another Transformers review, and I'm smashing the competition. Today we're reviewing this lovely guy. Now, as you can see, it obviously is Devastator, but you can see by the colors on him, he is not the nice bright green that we all know and love. This is G2 Devastator, and they made him yellow and purple in this one. Exactly the same. Nothing different. He does have a couple of the new, updated Generation 2 Decepticon fucking symbols that they switched up. They updated the symbols, which are more like triangle in a triangle. But I'm going to take a review at this. Might be a two-parter because there's a lot to go over with this guy. There's a lot of characters, and he's really cool. So I like to take my time on him, and you can get to know this figure. And I hope you enjoy this this review. Now here they all are in their alt mode. Now you can see they're beautiful bright yellow, but very eye catchers. About the same eye catching, maybe if not more so than the green. Now, as toys, these are very we're back in, well, this one was made 1993, but the original G1 Devastator and all the Constructicons they're very nice looking vehicle modes. They actually look exactly like what they're supposed to be. There's no ifs and buts about what they're supposed to be. But this is Scavenger here in his alt mode, and he was pretty much always trying to prove himself to the other Decepticons to show that he was worthy. And one of his abilities was able to mine ores and stuff like that for the other Constructicons. And one of the main reasons, not only just because he was able to help form Devastator, but because of the way he could find minerals that they could use. Bone Crusher, which is a big-ass bulldozer, and is probably the strongest of the six, basically is just a brawler. He just wants to destroy pretty much everything. He wants to destroy anything that's imperfect, and that includes the Autobots. He believes that the Autobots are imperfect, that they're not worthy to be around. And like he's a demolisher. He just demolishes anything that's in his way. Hook, which a lot of people believe that he's actually the leader, but he is actually not. He's actually second in command, and he takes himself as he's too elite. He is an elitist. He is too good for the other Decepticons, and he just thinks he's better than everybody else. And that's where you get Hook. Then you have Mixmaster. A Mixmaster is like a maniac. He's crazy, and he's actually pretty kind of insane. But he's a genius. Well, there's always that thing, there's a thin line between insane and genius. Well, basically this guy is on or over the line towards insane. But his thing, he can take any type of material, solid objects or whatever, and basically in his tumbler here, or whatever the hell, a cement mixer area here, he can turn into materials that the Constructicons need. And he is a main part of Devastator. Now this is Scrapper. Did I get that right? Scavenger Scrapper? Yeah, Scrapper. Now, you wouldn't think this would be the leader of the Constructicons just because he forms one of the legs. But in all actuality, he is the leader of the Constructicons. And he's always bragging to the other Decepticons about his work and what he's done. But in all actuality, when it comes to talking to other Decepticons, he's actually fairly modest. And like I said, he's the leader of the Constructicons. Now this is Long Haul, and he particularly doesn't really care for his role in the Constructicons, because basically he's a transporter. He transports supplies wherever they need to be. He'd rather have a bigger role maybe into the thing, but he knows that it is important also for him to be able to transport where they need to be. And that is pretty much their vehicle modes. Like I said, they're very nice vehicle modes for what they were. They actually look exactly like they're supposed to. There's no reason, you know what I mean, when they're fantastic looking alt modes. Some of the best alt modes I actually think that are around are these alt modes. They're just fantastic looking. You know, there's nothing wrong with them, really. I mean, when it comes to their transformation, that's a different story. But their alt modes are fantastic. Now, what is on them now is all basically the pieces to make up Devastator. This is what you would call their super mode. Now, their super mode, besides anything else, besides it looks like basically they carry the pieces of Devastator around, it looks like it gives them a little bit more artillery as they're basically driving around. This guy's got the big drill bit. This guy's got, you know, these two guys got guns. He's got a huge cannon on top of him that goes in Devastator's hand. This is actually Devastator's torso, which connects the legs, and they do have some type of gun or so on there. And then the super wing, which people call the super wing. I don't call it a super wing. I just call it a fucking chest piece. But I guess on him, I guess it could be a super wing because, I don't know, maybe now he can go into fucking Mach 3 or whatever the fuck else is going to be happening with this. Because they're, you know, it's just, I think it's just a way to carry around their pieces to Devastator. But it does give it an added look, more menacing look. Like they're going to be able to tear through anybody's asshole. Don't get in our fucking way, because if you see this convoy of motherfuckers coming at you with this artillery, you're most likely going to move the fuck out the way. You're not going to stand there and fucking take on 6 of these motherfuckers. Not only do they have this weaponry, but then these motherfuckers can transform into Devastator, which will then just completely rape you multiple times. He will fuck you till you love it, basically. But this is their super mode. I did stop the video and put it all on them because that way, you know, there's a lot of little pieces and a lot of little holes, but just basically time consuming, which most people don't want to see because it's boring. And I don't need to talk about what little piece goes where. So you can see what the fuck is on them, and you can see that basically this is 100% complete G2 Devastator. I'm going to go into the robot modes now.